me get to that.
Yeah.
The breakup of the family in the 20th century.
Yeah. What about it?
Why?
Why did it break up?
Yeah.
First of all, it hasn't. The family is nauseatingly unbroken.
Oh my God. That's fantastic.
The reason I just said.
Why?
You support members of your family when they're crooks, when they're murderers, etc., and members of other families you're prejudiced against very often.
I was thinking more in terms of first the nuclear family, and then, the extended family, then the nuclear family, and now what seems to be the broken family, single-parent families.
Yeah, but part of that is good. Because people are not staying together when they hate each other.
What do you attribute to the increasing divorce rate in 30 years, 50 years?
Well, people are now, there are economic reasons, but they're now more mobile and things like that. In the old days, you couldn't get a divorce, especially if you had 4 or 5 children. It was too expensive. Now, if you have 1 child or 2 children or no children, it's much easier. So there are economic, but there are also just more liberal ideas. We've given up the idea that once you marry, you have to stay married forever.
So this goes back to what you were saying, liberalized thinking. Do you see the increase in divorce as a good thing?
Some of it is and some of it is bad. Some of it is bad because people marry foolishly. They marry very young, very often, and they marry in their teens even. Those marriages are not likely to be made on good ground. So the divorces are bad because the marriages were bad, but some of it is good because, as I said a few minutes ago, people recognize that they have a rotten marriage and feel that they better not stay with it for the next 50 years, so that's good.
Are you saying then that mainly due to liberal attitudes, divorce rates have increased? You don't see it?
I'm not sure whether it's mainly that, but that's one of the big things. But there are, as I said, lots of economic factors. One of the biggest factors.
Mobility, yeah.
What?
Mobility, as you said.
Yeah, and one of the biggest factors is the fact of a small number of children.
Yeah. You don't see anything in terms of just more conflict in the world, more disturbance in the world, people are more disturbed. You don't see that as a factor. People get more...
I'm not sure. I think people are as disturbed as they ever were, but I don't know that we could prove that they're more disturbed.
So if they are as disturbed, when, in the past?
Yeah, take 50 years ago, the divorce rates were lower.
They were as disturbed as they are today.
The people may have been just as disturbed.
And if that were so, you would attribute it then to the...
But they were more stable because they followed more conservative rules of once you marry, you stay married.
Yeah.
Once you have a job, you stay in the job. There's more job mobility than there used to be years ago.